What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Nerdy Mark channel. I am Sid the Nerdy Mark, and this is my review of AEW and NXT for this week. So I'm going to get right into all this, but before I do, I just want to make one quick announcement that I will be putting out my predictions for who should and will win at AEW Revolution this Saturday, and I'm doing it with my good friend TM161. Very, very excited to collab with him. Finally, I've been wanting to do this for a while, so really looking forward to that, and shout out to him. Go give his channel a follow. I'll put a link to it in the description below. But anyway, let's begin, and we'll talk about AEW Dynamite. It began with the Shaq match, as I'm calling it. Shaquille O'Neal and Jade Cargill team up to take on the team of Cody Rhodes and Red Velvet in a surprisingly competitive match. Like, it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. I dare say it wasn't bad at all. This was a pretty solid match. There's nothing, spectacular about it. I mean, we're not going to have Dave Meltzer's farting out all the stars for this match, but this was really good. Like, it was a very serviceable match, and Shaquille O'Neal is pretty good in the ring. Jade Cargill is a damn good athlete. I know I made fun of her and compared her to Bianca Belair, but let's face it, it's a fair comparison, and it's not a bad one either, because Bianca Belair is a phenomenal athlete. Jade Cargill is actually pretty good, and now I kind of want to see this dream match. Did assert their dominance, Shaq and Jade Cargill did, by winning this match, but not before Shaq got put through 2 tables, courtesy of Cody Rhodes. Shaq then got stretchered out into the ambulance. Tony Schiavone tried to get a word with him, but we see that Shaq has mysteriously disappeared. So it looks like table spots don't faze Shaquille O'Neal. I wonder what's going to happen after this. It's still fine. Like I said, a lot better than I thought it was going to be. We had Pac and Rey Fenix kill a bunch of jobbers ahead of their participation in the Tag Team Battle Royal. Then we had a press conference with Jericho and MJF and the entire Inner Circle. They revealed that the idea to attack Papa Buck was not theirs, but it was Santana and Ortiz's. So that was interesting to see. We had a couple of questions from people out of Barstool Sports. Conrad Thompson make an appearance, who is called Turkey Tits affectionately by MJF, so that was cool. Eric Bischoff came in. Obviously, Jericho got really pissed seeing EB over there, but quickly, we do have the Young Bucks come out, and my God, Matt Jackson on the mic is gold. Why does this guy not get more mic time? Like, seriously, like, he needs more microphone time. Let him just cut some damn good promos. Like, seriously, in the mic, like, that would be great. But anyway, the Young Bucks super kicking MJF and Jericho. The Inner Circle try to beat them up, but Brandon Cutler comes out to help. Pretty soon, we do have the Good Brothers coming out with a couple of tables. Santana and Ortiz are put through those tables thanks to the Young Bucks. A lot of people going through tables today. That was pretty interesting. But yeah, I mean, this was a good segment. Really like the press conference. Mainly the whole thing with Matt Jackson and giving him a mic time. I think, to be frank with you guys, that was really, really cool. I'm so happy that they did that for him. We then have another match. We now had the Jurassic Express taking on the team of FTR and Tully Blanchard. Tully getting in the ring after so many years, and yeah, he still got it. They all came out to all 3 men came out to their classic robe and the classic NWA tag team and U.S. titles for both the FTR and Tully, respectively. I mean, the fact that they had actual title belts as part of their entrance gear, that's pretty badass. This isn't. A very competitive match. Good stuff here. We did have J.J. Dillon ringside for the heels, so that was pretty cool. I like that. I mean, we had a good exchange once again between Jungle Boy and Dax Harwood, who, by the way, is looking a lot more shredded, and so like good for him. Dylan did try to get involved using his shoe as a weapon, but that didn't work out. But the match finally ended when the cameraman hit Luchasaurus on the head with the camera, allowing FTR to get the pin. The heels are celebrating, then we reveal that the cameraman, and I kind of guessed this, but it was Sean Spears, and he apparently took some time off to get a blonde mohawk. So, I mean, I'm like, yeah, finally, like, how did you guys not think about this a long time ago? Like, oh, Tully Blanchard is managing FTR. He's also managing Sean Spears. Why not put them together? Like, hello, you know? And then we had Arn Anderson coming out, and my God, his acting was so over the top. He literally looked at J.J. Dillon, FTR, Sean Spears, and of course Tully Blanchard. He literally looked at them all, and he went, I was like, Arn Anderson, what are you doing? You've been in this business for years, and this is your acting. I mean, whatever. But you know, they all did the Four Horsemen. Yeah, remember? That was cool. This bleeds right into our next segment, and we finally see the debut of the Big Show. Well, he's no longer called Big Show. He is just Paul White. And now on Tuesdays we're getting a new show called, not Tuesdays, I believe on Mondays actually. Yes, we're getting a new show on YouTube called AEW Elevation. That should be pretty interesting. I'm actually really looking forward to that. I will do my best to do live reactions probably on Instagram for those, but that would be really cool. Next up, we had Nyla Rose taking on Ryo Mizunami, who I also like to affectionately call Female Okada. Literally, she has blonde hair now, so she looks even more like Okada. Pretty fine match, but we did finally have Mizunami winning, and we're going to have Ryo Mizunami versus Hikaru Shida at AEW Revolution. Both women were in the ring, and they kind of like, for fun, just started slogging each other with punches, and it was great. And if that isn't any indication of what this match is going to be, I can't wait. This is going to be freaking awesome. I am really looking forward to see what they do. Apparently, these two women have never pinned each other, so this should be very, very interesting. Mizunami, like I said, this is probably like one of my first exposures to her, and she's really good. She's damn good in the ring, and I'm really excited to see this eventual match. Just please make it like a freaking Stardom match, because I would love to see that. But we then had Max Caster of the Acclaim taking on 10 of the Dark Order, join Dark Order. Good match. Like, yeah, it was really good. And by the way, this is also for the 5th spot in the Face of AEW or Face of TNT ladder match. The winner who will get a shot at Darby Allin and his TNT title at some point. This was a pretty good match. Both of these men are pretty equally matched in the throughout, but it looked like 10 was going to take it, but at the end of the day it was Max Caster, thanks to an assist from Jack Evans, who obviously is on the payroll of Matt Hardy now. So that was pretty cool. And then this allowed, like I said, Caster to pin 10 and get the win, and now he has the 5th spot, and the 6th spot will be revealed at Revolution itself. Apparently, on Wikipedia, it was edited to have it be Too Cool Scorpio, which, I mean, it would be fine. I would love for it to be Sammy Guevara, honestly. Like, that would be really cool. Like, that would be a good way for him to return. Good match here, and I look forward to see what 10 does in the future. But, hey, Caster did a great job. I'm really excited to see this eventual match at AEW Revolution. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just... it's exciting. But, yeah, and then we had a lot of cool promo packages for the match between Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega. We even had Atsushi Onita make an appearance and kind of talk a little bit about the rules of the Exploding Barbed Wire Death Match. By the way, Atsushi Onita versus Terry Funk Exploding Barbed Wire Death Match. Just go look it up. That shit was crazy. And if the match on Sunday is even close to what I saw with those two, we're in for a treat, guys. But we do have the main event. John Silver teaming up with Adam Page to take on Matt Hardy and a returning Mark Quinn. He's finally back from Texas. That's crazy. He was here in Texas. I would have gone and met him. Anyways, this was really cool. I love the bromance between John Silver and Adam Page. Like, John Silver absolutely loves Adam Page. definitely not in a homosexual way whatsoever. It's definitely very homoerotic, but and it was a lot of fun. Like John Silver, man. I mean, I really want to see him get a singles run at some point. He's just too good. He's so good. He's so good at it and everything. He's really good in the ring, extremely charismatic. But yeah, it was just good to see him in the ring. But I mean, John Silver is freaking amazing in this match and just in general. Like, I mean, he just continued to hug Adam Page. Like, I mean, it was funny. It was funny to see. It was just really cool to see. But anyway, it's kind of heartwarming too. But finally, we do have Hangman Adam Page hitting the buckshot lariat onto Quinn to win the match. Hardy attacked Hangman with a microphone, and all the tag teams just spilled in, and we had a pull-apart brawl for all the participants in the tag team battle royal. Oh my God, it is going to be so crowded, isn't it? Oh no. Oh boy, that's going to be interesting to watch. But that's how we ended out AEW Dynamite. And this is ahead of AEW Revolution. Still excited for this event. But for now, let's move on to NXT. We began NXT with tag team action. Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan, the NXT tag team champions, take on Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa. Now, before coming into the ring, we saw that Timothy Thatcher was having a word with Marcel Barthel of Imperium. Interesting story going on there. But this is, of course, a non-title match. Really good match here. Like, I mean, this is two really good tag teams, four really good athletes in NXT. And, I mean, it was great stuff. We had a good sequence between Thatcher and Lorcan. And, yeah, I mean, what else do you want? But we did have the match ending after Imperium came out and distracted both Thatcher and Ciampa, and this allowed Burch and Lorcan to pick up the win. I'm fine with that because they are the champions and they should be winning. I do not need the champions to be pinned right now unless it's going to lead to some sort of title opportunity for the people who pinned them. But the teases keep continuing. It looks like Timothy Thatcher might be joining Imperium at some point. I think he would be perfect. He was in Ring Kampf in the Indies with Walter, so it makes a lot of sense for him to join up with Walter and his buddies here in NXT. Like, I think it would make the most perfect sense. But we'll see what happens as the weeks progress. And then we do have Roderick Strong coming out and basically trying to call out Adam Cole, baby. Out comes Finn Balor. He basically makes it a point to say that Roderick Strong doesn't have the mean streak in him, and Roddy does mention that he thinks that it was Finn Balor's fault that the Undisputed Era has broken up. So yeah, that's good stuff, and this does lead to our main event happening later today. Then I want to talk about all the therapy skits that the Way were in. These were actually pretty entertaining. Austin Theory thinks that Dexter Lumis is a really good guy, and Indy Hartwell really wants to have sex with him. Like, literally so many sexual innuendos from Indy Hartwell. I don't know why, but they were there. I mean, you know what? I'm not going to complain. It was still funny, but, like, yeah, she wants to rail him. These segments were really funny, and they were really, really good. Austin continues to insist that Dexter Lumis is not a bad person and that he's just really lonely, and he just wants a friend. So that's interesting. I mean, that's one way to say that you want to be friends, by chloroforming you and trapping you in a basement with no windows. I mean, that's one way to do it for sure. But the end game is that Johnny Gargano paid the therapist to tell Austin Theory that Dexter Lumis is a terrible person, and he said that Austin Theory was annoying, and he said that he talked. So I mean, it's some interesting stuff going on. I mean, the North American title picture, like I said, looks pretty stacked. I mean, you still have Dexter Lumis. I don't think Kushida's done with Johnny Gargano anytime soon. So we'll see. I mean, I wonder what's going to happen with all that. But Up next, we did have Ember Moon taking on Aaliyah. A story here is that we did have Aaliyah being accompanied by the Robert Stone brand. Right now, that's Jessie Kamea and, of course, Robert Stone. Ember Moon came out with Shotzi Blackheart. Both of them were riding a tank, and Robert Stone suffers severe PTSD. He's, like, scratching himself all over. That was actually really entertaining. Like, a lot of people don't give Robert Stone credit, you know what I mean? Yeah, he's working with Aaliyah. Aaliyah, not that great of a talent, but Robert Stone is absolutely charismatic, and I love Robert Stone, and like he's so funny. He's good. He's pretty good. So this was actually a decent match. Jessie Kamea tried to get involved, as did Robert Stone, but we had Shotzi Blackheart hitting a huge, kind of senton off of the steel steps. And obviously Robert Stone screamed in fear. It was funny as hell. I loved it. This allowed Ember Moon to hit the Eclipse on Aaliyah and win the match. So that was pretty cool. Good stuff here. And then we had the WWE Tag Team Championship match. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler taking on Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai. Pretty decent match here. We see... overall, very good match. It was really great when we saw both Nia Jax and Raquel getting in the ring. But the match finally ended when the referee was knocked out, and then Adam Pearce appears out of nowhere, and he brings in a referee from Raw, and the Kirifuda clutch is locked in on Shayna Baszler onto Dakota Kai. And Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax retain. Great! Fantastic! As if we don't need the WWE Tag Team Champion, the Women's Tag Team Championships being more devalued. Like, are you serious? What in the world? In what universe do you think that it is a wise decision to put those titles back on those women and take it back to Raw where they do jack shit with them? Like, I'm spitting everywhere. Like, why? Oh my god, this would have been so good for Raquel and Dakota, but no, they have to keep it on my whole Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Are you kidding me? Like, seriously, what is going on? I just can't believe it. This was absolute bullshit. Absolute freaking bullshit. Like seriously, this is probably Vince's doing. I'm pretty sure Vince kidnapped someone and told them to have the WWE Tag Women's titles on Raw. Why? I don't freaking know. Holy shit, man. God damn. Why? You know what? Spoiler. AEW wins this week. God. Look, the match was really good, okay? But why are they going back to Raw? They're gonna be treated like junk. Oh my god, those titles, oh my god. I'm sorry, but this really pissed me off. Like, at least, or you could have just brought Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax back to NXT. Just let all the tag team matches be on NXT. I don't need to see any more on the main roster because they don't know what to do with them. Okay, you know what? Look, let's just move on to something a little bit better. And it is, of course, the former Eli Drake, now known as L.A. Knight. Coming in, cuts a damn good promo, and it's literally the same promo as he used to cut when he was Eli Drake. He just says L.A. Knight now instead of Eli Drake. So it's just old wine in a new bottle. So honestly, at this point, I'm not really worried about it. But, LA Knight does stick around for the entrance of Bronson Reed, so he's there. Then we have him, because he's taking on Cameron Grimes. Cameron is honestly one of the most charismatic things about NXT right now, so that's really cool. Yes, I'm still pissed off about the women's tag team titles, in case you're wondering, but we are talking about something a little bit more positive, so I'm a little happy. But anyways, this was a good match. I liked it. I don't know what else to say. It was good to see Bronson Reed and Cameron Grimes. These are two phenomenal athletes, and they put on a good show. Great to see Cameron Grimes back in the ring after what seems like forever. Like I said, I love this new character of this kind of this redneck billionaire who doesn't know what to do with his money, and he's like basically trying to one up Ted DiBiase for some reason. Great stuff, but LA Knight does get involved. He distracts Bronson Reed for a little bit, allowing Cameron Grimes to hit the cave-in and win the match. Right call here, because Cameron Grimes, I think, is the one that's deserves to be pushed. So yeah, that was there. We then had Everrise and Breezango set to have a match, but Legado del Fantasma come in and lay out both teams. Santos Escobar makes it a point to say that don't mistaken what happened last week for weakness, because we're still the most dominant faction on NXT, which is good. I mean, by the way, that match last week was fantastic between him and Karrion Kross. So I'm interested to see what happens with Legado del Fantasma down the line. Will they become NXT Tag Team Champions? I really want them to have the NXT tag titles, Legado del Fantasma, because I mean, every faction, like I said, needs a moment where every single member is holding all the gold. Like, I just need that just for a little bit. Like, Undisputed Era had it. Legado del Fantasma needs to have it. We did have our main event. Finn Balor taking on Roderick Strong. This was fantastic. I mean, Roderick Strong, by the way, he's completely ditched the Undisputed Era gimmick. He's wearing his own initials now. He's got some new music, which is okay. The music is okay. It's not great, but the match was good. The match was really good, and we almost forget how great of a singles wrestler Roderick Strong is. I would not mind if Strong is inserted back into the North American title picture at some point. He does an amazing job against Finn Balor, definitely holds his own. There were some spots where I thought that Strong was going to win, but Balor hits the 1916 to win the match. Afterwards, we see Adam Cole, Bebe, standing on the entrance ramp ahead of next week, where Balor and Cole will battle it out one more time for the NXT Championship. Really looking forward to see that match, but that is how we end out NXT. So I already mentioned it, but yes, AEW was way better, and that's because we didn't have a title being devalued. Anyway, yeah, I mean, like, I think it was just a stupid idea for Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler to win that match. Although William Regal did say that he has an announcement next week because of the decision by Adam Pearce. Just get those women's titles on. Get the women's tag team titles on NXT, please. Just do it. Just do it. It will be so much more valued here. I'm telling you. Anyway, I'm like I said, I'm gonna keep saying it until it happens. Okay. So if you're getting annoyed, I don't care. I'm gonna keep saying it. But anyway, AEW, a lot of great story progression. I forgot to talk about Sting. He finally got to speak this week, so that was good. Ahead of the street fight with him and Darby against Team Taz, that was cool. That was a good segment. I loved the press conference because of Matt Jackson's mic skills. It was great. I'm gonna actually give special props to Shaq and Jade Cargill versus Cody and Red Velvet, because like I said, it impressed me. NXT. Finn Balor versus Roderick Strong was a good match. The opening tag team match was really good. But those were my favorite matches. The therapy skits were fantastic. Those were hilarious. LA Knight's promo was really good. So really looking forward to see what he does in NXT. But those are my highlights for AEW and NXT this week. So that pretty much concludes my review for AEW and NXT this week. Let me know what you guys thought about both shows in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Follow me on social media and tell your friends about the Nerdy Mark. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your continued support. I truly appreciate it. This is Sid signing off, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.